Hello dear Pokefans, welcome back again. So, last time we did this psychic gym. As you can see, I'm right out front of it. So yeah, I thought why not do let's head to the academy back again. See what we can do there. There we go. That's gonna be a lot of reading for me, I think, because it's been since midterms that we went here. Did quite a few bases, and also I think, well, we did 3 gyms. So yeah, it's gonna be something in here with all the lessons. There we go. Oh, and I should save. Should also save. That's a big thing that I should do. I guess doesn't hurt to do that right now. I should have healed up all my Pokemon better. Oh well, here it goes. Good morning, Master Shriji. What class would you like to take? Well, we have all the lessons that we possibly can take. You'd like biology with Mr. Jack? Yes. Class will begin soon, don't be tardy. Oh boy. And I need to remember all of these as well. Hello, hello. I hope everyone is ready to learn some new things today. You all did really great on a midterm exam. Thanks for answering my little question at the end too. I'll be sure to keep your responses in mind. Alright, when you're heading into the last half of our classes together, it's time for our knowledge to evolve and grow, just like Pokemon. Evolution, yep, haha, evolution. Today we're going to learn about the fascinating phenomenon of Pokemon evolution. As your Pokemon battle and level up, they learn moves and get stronger. And for some Pokemon, once they leveled up enough, their appearance changes and their stat increases, sometimes by a lot. That's Pokemon evolution. Pokemon become very strong when they evolve, making them trusty partners in battle. But some people prefer to keep their Pokemon in their adorable pre-evolved states. To do this, you just need to remember a certain button when your Pokemon begins to evolve. Say it with me if you already know. To cancel evolution, press the B button. That's right everyone, B for best answer. The button you want when you need to stop a Pokemon from evolving is the B button. If you press this button soon after a Pokemon begins evolving, you can stop it from changing. You can also let a Pokemon hold an item known as an Everstone to keep it from evolving. And keep in mind that the requirements of evolution differ from Pokemon to Pokemon. So may evolve by having a certain item such as a Firestone or Thunderstone used on them. Others might have to learn a specific move or defeat a specific Pokemon in battle to evolve. The way Primeape evolves into Annihilate, oh my god, that's a name, is especially strange. You see, there's a certain move that... Oops, sorry, looks like we're out of time. I guess we'll have to end the class here today. Thank you for your attention. Sure, no problem, Mr. Jack. Ah, boy. Good morning, Master Shoriji. What class would you like to take? Let's take Math 4 with Mrs. Time. Yes. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. Hello everyone. Well done on the midterm exam. Some of you earned perfect scores and others seems to have a bit of problem, but I can tell that you all tried your best. I'm quite pleased to say that every last one of you have passed. I can only assume that this means you all have come to love numbers. Stay sharp and try your best for the rest of my classes too. Speaking of staying sharp, do you know how that word applies to Pokemon battles? That's right, it has to do with stat boosts. Pokemon stats can rise and fall throughout the course of a battle, correct? For example, if a Pokemon uses the move Work Up, its attack and special attack will rise by one stage each. And as you know, each time a Pokemon's attack or SP rises on one stage, moves affected by that stat will deal 50% more damage. If that same Pokemon from our previous example were to use Work Up again, both its attack and XP will have risen by 2 stages in total. This results in a 100% increase to the damage dealt, making its move twice as strong. Sword Dance on the other hand boosts attack by 2 stages at once, allowing the Pokemon to deal double damage just after a single use. Using Sword Dance twice will boost the Pokemon's attack stat by 4 stages. How much damage then would this Pokemon have done? That's like quadruple damage. Yes, this question is a tricky one, isn't it? Just because it boosts Pokemon stat by 4 stages doesn't mean that the damage is quadrupled. Each stage that Pokemon attacks or SP stat is raised by 50%. Well, like, what's the meaning of quadruple? Because in my head, that's 50 times 4, which is 200. So that's the language barrier we're talking here about. It's not my brain. The base damage of a move is 100%, so adding 200% to that gives us 300%. In other words, the next move would be triple damage. What? I guess. You know, let's take history class, let's feel history as well. I love the fact that the issue in Pokeball is in the background. Greetings my little students. Whatever you did yesterday It's now part of history. I was hoping to continue unraveling the marvels of that history has presented us today. However, I imagine your ability to concentrate has been spectacularly derailed by my midterm. I suppose changing things up for fun and variety might be a good idea every now and then. So allow me to tell you an old fairy tale that has been passed down in the Paldea for generations. Once upon a time there was a king who very much enjoyed collecting treasure. He was particularly fond of treasures from other countries. One day, a merchant from the east heard rumors of this king and came to meet him. The merchant laid out 4 treasures in front of the treasure-loving king. The 4 treasures were as follows: a vessel, a sword, a set of tablets, and a set of beads. Seeing such rarity before him, the king leaped for joy. He showered the merchant with gold coins and claimed all 4 of the treasures for himself. Perfect timing to make eye contact, young Sargent. Answer me this. I said that one of the treasures was a set of tablets. What do you think these tablets were? Wooden planks for riding on? Correct. Your daily pursuit of knowledge shows you very well. These particular tablets were wooden and used as a writing medium in the East in ancient times. As you may know, they fell out of popular use as paper became more universally available. For a king to consider these paper substitute treasures, they must have been of some superb quality. That, or perhaps they had some amazingly profound teachings written on them. So the king obtained these 4 treasures, and on that very night it is said that terrible disaster rained down upon his castle, reducing it to rubble by down. Oh, is that all the time we have? I wasn't done with my story, but alas, so ends today's lesson. If you are interested in how the story ends, you may come see me outside class hours. Nice, let's do that. I'm going to just take the 4 lessons. Good evening, Master Sargent. What class would you like to take? Language 4 with Mr. Salvatore. Class will begin soon, don't be tardy. How did you like your midterm exam? You all did really great. We're halfway there. Now, time for another lesson. Êtes-vous prêt? Are you ready? Oui. Très bonne response. Great answer. Merci, my friend. I know I could count on your star. Leading up the midterm, we learned all sorts of sports from different regions. Starting today though, I'll be throwing a curveball for we being listening comprehension. Why go for it, my assistant? Pikachu? As you just heard, Pokemon can also use words to communicate. It's not always easy for us to understand them, but their words have meanings, just as ours do. Pokemon can use language to share all kinds of information with each other, like the location of food or whenever there may be predators nearby. The same Pokemon corrects me sound different depending on what it wants to say. I'm sure you're all curious, so I shall tweet today. That's it. Let's learn some Pokemon language. Je t'en prie, if you would be so kind, Pikachu. Pika! What emotion did you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? Happiness. Sorry, that's not right. Pokemon language isn't that hard, isn't it? When Pikachu says Pika! It's using its angry voice, that's not true. Then he wouldn't flap his arms so friendly. He would go like squat position, 4 paws to the ground, tail up, ears back, and go Pika! Not Pika. Don't you think he did a great job? Give Pikachu a round of applause, everyone. See, that was not angry. That was a happy thing. He did the same thing again. Same Pokemon can even communicate its feelings in different many ways. Their voices change depending on their mood and psychical condition, well so does mine, buddy. Try to listen more carefully to Pokemon. You might gain a deeper understanding of them. That having said, Pokemon are quite mysterious creatures. Some actually don't communicate with words at all, but instead use things like electromagnetic or ultrasonic waves. Some even use telepathy. And now, apropos out of nothing, let me give you all one word of advice. If you poke at your Pokemon too many times while washing them during picnics, they'll get mad at you, just like Pikachu demonstrated. Well, adios, matane, a la prochaine, see you later everyone. What class I would like to take? Battle studies. Let's fail battle studies also. Let's fail every class today. Another day, another round of battle study. Also, let's get right to it. You all gave everything you had on the midterm exam, well done. We'll resume our regular classes today, so keep up that energy for the second half of the term. Have you all been using the R button to send out your Pokemon? If you do, your Pokemon will run off in the direction you're facing. It's a super useful tactic that lets your Pokemon pick up faraway items for you, and that's not all. If there's a wild Pokemon near, when you send your Pokemon to, they're still battling each other. We call those battles auto battles. Just as the name implies, your Pokemon will act on its own during auto battles, meaning you don't have to give any commands. And if your Pokemon wins, it will get XP points, just like it would in a regular battle. If you make good use of these battles, then you can be really efficient way to train your party. But you'll want to remember that Pokemon won't evolve or learn new moves right away if they level up from an auto battle. Also, if the Pokemon loses an auto battle, it'll come back with just a small amount of HP left, so make sure you heal it up right away. Whoops, it just about did the whole class as a one-sided lecture. Does anyone have any questions so far? If you let your Pokemon battle on its own, it will keep going until its opponent is defeated. If you want to catch wild Pokemon, you'll need to battle it by issuing commands instead. Even during auto battles, our Pokemon are out there battling for us. They're trainers. Keep an eye out on them as much as possible, and if it looks like they're going to lose, be sure to have them retreat. Also, this goes without saying, but Pokemon with low HP are already worn out. They probably won't enjoy auto battles as much, so don't work them too hard, okay? In conclusion, auto battles only work if a trainer and their Pokemon have a relationship of mutual trust. Be smart with how you use auto battles so you don't lose the trust of your Pokemon. And man, I just was about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home. But I guess we've run out of time. As usual, class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals. Let's do art. Do you like art with Mr. Hazel? Yes. I'm getting pretty tired again. Sorry, chat. Oh, viewers, I mean, I'm getting there. It's gonna be these two lessons and then I'm going to sign off. Hello, class. It is I, Hazel, yet again. I'm pleased to say that everyone did very well on the midterms exams. As a reward for all of your hard work, we have a special guest visiting us today. Now then, Brussy, please come in. Greetings. I am Brussius. I'm an artist and I focus exclusively on grass-type Pokemon for my work. Brussius here mainly creates three-dimensional pieces such as statues and the like. One of his major works is in the installation titled Surrender Sunflora, found in Artisan. Many of you who've challenged the Artisan Gym are no doubt familiar with these sculptures. Yes, I do recognize some faces among your students. I hope you all understand how fortunate you are to be able to attend Hase's class. Old Has is a man who saved me when I had lost all hope and given up on myself, but he never gave up on me. I do not exaggerate when I say that he is my mentor in life. It is precisely thanks to Has that I was able to establish my current art style. Oh dear Brassy, I have nothing against reminiscing about old times, but today I hope you will guide this class in a way only you can. Of course, let's see, why don't we discuss what has mentioned, surrendering Sunflora. Can anyone tell me what my mood was when I crafted it, the dash expression? Sad mood? No. Completely and utterly wrong. When I made that sculpture, I had surrendered all hope. I was preparing to give up everything. I had resolved to give up my life as an artist if that piece did not receive proper recognition. Hence the name Surrendering Sunflora? That's exactly it, Has. While I started out as an artist, I experienced many hardships. I even became deadly ill, and I fell into a slump that drove me to the desperation. I began worrying only about what I would sell. I was concerned only with fame and fortune. But all of my pieces during this time had no depth. They were all shadow trash. But it was then that I have met Hazel. He helped me realize how pretty I was being. I'll spare you the details, but in the end I was able to leave all that behind. That is also when I created some flora. Remarkable. Even I didn't know the full story until now. This kind of thing is hard to tell someone, especially when they are so close to you. Now, I don't doubt that you adolescents will often find your hearts crowded with worries. My advice to you is simple. Be honest with yourself and do whatever your heart desires. So long as you don't cause trouble, that is. That's all from me. I must admit, I am beginning to feel a bit embarrassed. So, I bid you farewell, Huss. And farewell to your pupils as well. Oh, Bracy, I can't believe it. Such a wonderful class. Thank you so much. It's almost time for me to leave as well. So please give me the sub and the like. I really appreciate that though. Good evening, Master Reggie. What class would you like to take? Home Academy? Mr. SynCERO? Maybe. That's a class that I can pass. I think I failed every class so far. Because even though they didn't say, well, I'm pretty sure they're not happy with my answer so far. Put away your phones, it's time to begin class. Though some of you had to retake the midterm example multiple times, I'm glad to say that the majority of the class passed without issue. I feel honored to see that all the knowledge and skill indispensable for daily life has taken root in all of you. I trust that you will all work just as hard on your own life skills in the second half of our course as well. Let us now turn our attention to the topic of the day, which was inspired by a question I received on the subject of meal powders. The student who asked me this question is a young man who enjoys culinary arts. He tells me that he regularly researches culinary techniques on his own and pays careful attention to the ingredients he uses. He also spends day and night studying all aspects of the culinary arts. Yet despite this, he is baffled by his inability to increase the effectiveness of his meal powders. So tell me, Master Shirichi, since you did quite well on your midterm exams, what should this young man do to increase the effectiveness of his meal powders? Make food with other people. Perfectly correct. I see that you are knowledgeable about the culinary arts. To increase the effectiveness of meal powders, your sandwiches must be filled with many different ingredients. For a single person, if they may prove difficult, but if you prepare a sandwich with others, you will be able to handle a larger serving of bread. With a larger base to start with, it becomes quite simply to add more ingredients to your sandwich, which in return makes it possible to receive meal powers of increased effectiveness. This applies more broadly as well. When you're dealing with a difficult issue, working with others to solve that issue might be the best course of action. I am sure that Arvin will likewise work with the friends to craft his sandwiches in the future. Oops, he spilled the beans. The identity of the male student is a matter of privacy, so I would ask that you do not pry too peppy. Our time together has come to an end for today. Bid you all farewell. And I think by that, my time has come for today also. We done all the 5 classes here, so yeah, I don't want these to be overly extensive. So there we go, and then I can go use this and see all the classes. Should we do that now? And I have some time, so that's those two. Okay, so we're just looking for the teachers here. Let's see. Oh, they're both here. So you're here. Why, if it isn't Sarigi from class 1A, are you prepared? Interested in the rest of the old tale I told in the class? Yes. Huh. It is convenient that you would take these bait I presented in class: a vessel, a sword, a set of tablets, and a set of beads. After obtaining these 4 treasures, the king's castle was destroyed. Why, would you ask? Because these 4 treasures were actually 4 Pokemon. As these Pokemon were passed down from human hand to human hand as treasures, they slowly became tainted by hubris and greed. Finally, after coming in contact with the rapacity of the king at the same time, they awakened as disasters and began to rampage out of control. The king called for the renowned Pokemon wielders to defend the country, and after a fierce battle, these incarnations of disaster were quelled. It is said that these 4 Pokemon were then sealed away somewhere in Paldea. So what do you think? What would you say? This story is just make-believe? I don't think so. Huh. Very astute of you. I have read many historical disaster reports, personal journals and the like. There is much to support the truth of this story. If I'm able to prove a story veracity myself, I'll sure let you know. We become closer friends. Yay. Hey, mister. Oh, why hello there, young Sarigi. I'm sorry, I was lost in thought and didn't notice your approach. I feel I must say again apologize for what transpired in the schoolyard. And what are you talking about? I don't know anything about it anymore. I am of course referring to how I rather suddenly had to take my leave while we're still engaged in a conversation. Oh, that's no problem. The woman who showed up is a dragon tamer and a relative of mine, I may add. You see, I come from a very long line of trainers who specialized in dragon-type Pokemon. There was a child in our family who was expected to stand at its head and lead it to greatness. But the young lad, rebelliously little fellow that he was, ran away from home one day. He made quite a show of it too, swearing, he make a living with music. A lot happened since then, and now he's the art teacher and the Elite 4 member before you. After I so rudely took my leave during our last conversation, my dear relative encouraged me to give up teaching and return home at last. I've been told the current leader of my family, that is to say my father, is in poor health. Oh, but I do apologize. Perhaps I am not too cut out for teaching after all. What sort of teacher grumbles on and on at his own student? Ah, my dear Sarigi, you have no idea how much your words mean to me. Thank you so very much. We're now trusty of each other. I'm sorry, I was lost in a thought. Okay, good. And then you. I'm still investigating that old fairy tale. You must wait for the reports on me. That's nice. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Really quick though, the cafeteria. There we go. No, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to talk with our teacher. Just don't go anywhere. Just go around this way. I didn't think it'd be so warm right next to a refrigerator. Okay, nice. That was new. Sarigi, you scared me. Were you cooking something? Oh no, I'm not here for anything food related at all. I was just talking around the entrance hall and I felt that intense gaze that I couldn't told you about before. So I quickly ducked into the cafeteria here. Our cafeteria has only one entrance, so I thought I might be able to discover the identity of the person watching me if they followed me in here. Someone just come right now. That's weird. I thought I saw her come in here. I guess I won't be able to ask my question today either. That girl, I feel like I've seen her several times before. She seems to be a student here, but I get the feeling that her question is not about her studies. Next time I see her, maybe I'll go and start up a conversation myself. Could have been a little crazy being here on my own. I'm glad you were here with me. Now I'm trusted with Mr. Stein. That's good. Now we can head out again. The school store doesn't have anything new, I think. Biology lab. Let's go talk to that teacher as well. Let's see here. Those two. There we go. Oh my dear Sarigi. Thanks to your advice from before, Pammy is, well, just see for yourself. Is that feeling better now? Yeah, it feels better, but it's particularly Pammy. Might just be a little meek, I suppose. I had Nurse Miriam take a look at him as well, and she says there's nothing wrong with it, healthy-wise. So I shouldn't have any injuries, alignments, or the likes. Even so, it never utters so much as a cry, which is odd. That part has even Miss Chuck stumbled. Sorry I couldn't be of any help. Need to quit, pa. Don't worry about it. I probably butchered that, but language barriers. I have some more information for now, thanks to the Academy's student security cameras though. It seems Pammy was attracted by a wild Pokemon and fled here to the Academy grounds. Maybe it's still in a bit of a shock from that experience and can't bring itself to speak yet. Yep, if that's the case, then there's absolutely no problem with keeping quiet. Pas de problème. We can just attendre. Wait, that's it. Until it feels like talking. That's all we can do, really. Even if you speak all sorts of languages, there's no guarantee that you can understand what's going on in someone's heart. But have no fear, I won't give up. No, I'll keep on trying until we figure out each other. Now I'm trusted with Mr. Salvador. That's good. Okay. So let's talk to him. It's great. It's just being a quiet one. Yeah, sure. Well, let's talk to Mr. Chuck then over here. Once more. Okay, that's good. Ah, hello, Sir Richie. I see you've already requested 100 species of your Pokemon to your Pokédex from me. Whoa. Little Pokemon, big Pokemon. Whoa, you gotta even have that on Pokemon of its specific size. That's so much data, so much to analyze. Oh well, sorry about that, I got a little excited there. My Pokemon research is moving forward at a great pace thanks to your efforts. Here, take these, consider it in my way of saying thanks. $200. I know that's a tall order, but keep tossing those Pokeballs and don't give up. Next I want to go to the staff room. 3 more classes to go and we're done. Well, 3 more locations to do here. Okay. Palmy is doing great. It's just a bit of quiet one. See, and you... Director Colville is an inspiration. He never talks down to anyone, even though he's so important. I can hope he'd be a great man like him someday. Okay, well, let's chat. Master Shariji, okay. There is something that I would very much like to ask for your help with. You need my help? Well, you see, I don't want anyone to overhear this, but I hear rumors of an incredibly sweet condiment that exists somewhere in the Paldea region. I absolutely must experience that ambrosial sweetness for myself. You are the only one who knows my insatiable sweet tooth, thus I have no one else I can turn to for help in this matter. I cannot go looking for this condiment myself. Lest I destroy the image students have of me. I will repay you for your troubles, of course. Give it some thought if this piques your interest. In the meantime, I'll gather what information I can about this incredibly sweet condiment. I'll share what I find with you as soon as I have more detailed information. I'm still investigating that old fairy tale. Okay, that's good. Feel free to come and ask me questions anytime. Okay, that's good. Into the director's office we go. Master Sariji. How kind of you to stop by. I must say, I'm pleased to see you on school grounds again. Travel and adventure certainly has their place, but it does one good to attend class as well, no? Speaking of which, there's something I would very much like to ask you. I understand you have joined a variety of classes during our time here at the academy, but if I may ask, which of your faculty members has made the most favorable impression on you? Everyone, actually. Like, can I pick one? Me? Are you quite sure? I suspect some element of the diplomacy may be at work here, but if that's indeed how you feel, then I'm most happy to hear it. We are truly blessed to have so many wonderful teachers and staff members at Naranja Academy. I firmly believe that our faculty is second to none in their commitment to their students' ongoing education and well-being. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts, Master Shorichi. I've become closer with Director Colville. That's nice. Okay, bye. Where do I want to go? I want to go to the nurse office real quick. Oh. I come here to take a breather when I'm feeling down about stuff from class. There's Miriam, always let me stay without making me explain or anything. She's so nice. Yeah, great. Injured? No way, no way, no way! Come on, Miriam, just try it. What's going on? Oh, great timing, new kid. There's Miriam here, won't try the sandwich I made. Well, duh, I don't want to get a stomachache. You won't, probably. I still remember that sandwich you made me with meat filling and meat for bread. That one really messed up bad. I hadn't trained in the art of sandwich making yet back then. I was young and toothless and young and thoughtless. It was last month. So, as you can see, I'm not getting anywhere trying to persuade her. Even after I went through that intensive sandwich making training, it kinda makes me sad. If she went through intensive sandwich making training, and she worked really hard at it, that's true. I guess I have no choice if you got one of our little cute students on your side. So fine, I'll try your sandwich. Let's see. Yes, I knew I could come around. Here it is. It's a little strongly favored, but I guess it's not bad. Woohoo! My training paid off. I'm so glad my sandwich pleased the great nurse Miriam. I look up to you, you know? Now I'm trusted by her. Thank you for trying it. And thanks to you too, new kid. And she runs off again. That was weird, but that's just how Mrs. Dendro is, I guess. She's always coming into the nurse office with some injury or another too. Okay, and now I want to go out to the entrance hall. Talk to Nurse Miriam there. Here she is. Oh, hey Sariji, so you were looking for me? I've been away from the nurse office lately. Did you need something from me? Yeah. Are your Pokemon hurt? Just a sec. Here you go. A little first aid. You must really be having an adventure out there, judging from those beeps and cuts. Huh? Oh yeah. I guess it's pretty unusual for me to be outside of the nurse office like this. Well, I'm actually doing a bit of studying. Thought I'd try my best at the health teacher certification exam one more time. You can do it. Just so you know, it's totally not because I'm inspired by a certain somebody working hard at their treasure hunt. Okay. Well, maybe I'm just a little bit. So, you know, thanks. Yeah. Oh, my break time's almost over. I know you will be cheering me on, so Richie. And now we're trusted. That's good. Anything else that we can do? Nope. So I just go to my dorm. That way I know that I have to do some classes that I have left open. Pokemon are healed, so I'm just going to save and rest me. One thing is to say goodbye to you. Now for you, you can leave me a like, you can leave a comment, or you can become a subscriber if you already haven't done so. Those are the things that are really appreciated here on the channel. And as for those who are subscribed, well, you guys all know that you are truly all my little loves. See you later. Bye bye. Take care, chat.